Hey guys, and welcome back to Biscuits Total War. This is a 2 versus 2 for Rome Total War online commentary, and again of course it's 31k. Now today I'm playing as the Greeks, and I've been joined by my good friend Lucius-C-Sulla from the Heaven clan, and we're going to be going up against two great players. Well, I say we're going to be going up against OrmanLange of the COH clan. We've also got a new guy. Now he's not new to Rome Total War, but he's new to clans in 31k. His name is Corbuzier. Now, if you've been watching my YouTube videos for some time, some of my earlier videos have got Corbuzier in it. He's been playing Rome Total War for quite a long time, I'd say, but he hasn't had that much experience when it comes to playing 31k, and he hasn't had that much experience when it comes to these kind of clan battles. So he's recently joined the Brotherhood clan. I believe he put in an application about 2 weeks ago, and usually with the Brotherhoods they have usually about a month or so trial before somebody stays or leaves their clan. Anyway, I really hope that Corbuzier makes the cut, because he's a great player. He's a great person for Rome Total War because he's always active, he's always online, and he's got really good sportsmanship at the end of the day. His tactics may not be up to scratch. He may need to learn a lot of new things, but at the end of the day I wish Corbuzier all the best, and that's the reason why I wanted to put up this video onto my channel, to wish Corbuzier all the best if he is actually going to watch this replay. So I'll quickly outline the armies that we've got here. Because I'm playing as the Greeks, I've gone for 15 Spartans and 5 Cretans, and Lucius, he's gone for 6 cav. Basically needs to maximise his cav. I believe he's probably got either gold upgrades on those, and then he's got 14 urbans at the end of the day. So what he's going to be using, he's going to try and use this cav really sparingly, because we don't want to piss this cav up the wall, because if we lose this cav we're going to be quite vulnerable. We do know that Corbuzier is going to be the weaker player, so what I suggested that we do is that Lucius runs forward into Corbuzier. I'm going to try and support him with these 3 Spartans, and the rest of my army I'm going to try and hold off the SPQR player, who is OrmanLange. So SPQR has got 5 cav and then 15 urbans, it looks like. No, 14 urbans and 1 legendary first cohort. If we have a look at Corbuzier, he's gone for a bit of a random build. He's got his army split up into 2 groups. Now it's quite obvious to see that already. He's got this group which is going to try and hold this infantry, and this group is going to try and go around the flank, which isn't a bad idea. It's not a bad tactic at all, but when you look at the amount of infantry he's going to have to try and hold, plus I'm going to throw in some Spartans, it's going to make it increasingly hard for Corbuzier to do this. So as you can see, I threw in my 3 Spartans. I've taken them out of guard mode. I'm going to chuck down the phalanx, and I'm basically going to charge straight into these guys. They're in a really nice tight formation, these urbans, so it's going to make it really nice and easy for my guys just to basically chew them up. And whilst this is going on, because these guys have engaged onto my units, they're not going to throw their peeler, so it means that Lucius-C-Sulla can now throw his peeler over my guys straight into these urbans, and you can see these urbans are already down to 30. These ones are down to 37. They're losing a lot of men because of these peeler thrown, as well as my Spartans. So doing quite well there, Sate. And I'm also probably going to peel off another one of these Spartans here to try and assist, just to make sure that we can definitely punch a hole through all of these urbans here. In the meantime, as you can see, Corbuzier split his forces into 2. He's got his general here in his cav, which is something I wouldn't recommend, because he's got his guys in a wedge formation. If he charges in, he's going to be the first one to snuff it, as he's basically in the front of that triangle. He's got a couple of archer units here, and they're trying to shoot down these cav, but the cav, because they're facing the archer fire, they're not really going to do too much damage against these cav units. With myself, again, I'm keeping pushing forward with these Spartans, as you can see, trying to slowly push through all these guys here and basically punch a hole through Corbuzier's forces, as you can see here. And I've also got my archers shooting into these cav units here, and periodically shooting into these guys here. What Corbuser should be doing is putting his guys into studio and playing a bit more defensively against my Spartans, because if he tries to attack my Spartans will kill him any time and every day. As you can see, look, they're just punching forwards. These guys are now down to 18. My guys are still up to 70, so I've got plenty of Spartans left, and I've still got all of these Spartans to use. Considering there's 80 men in the Spartan unit and this one's only down to 70, it just shows you how devastating they can be. So we've pretty much finished off all of these units that Corbuser had, and that's by using these 4 Spartans here. I'm going to use these guys again. I'm just standing still waiting to see what OrmanLange's going to do. If he's going to attack me, then that's great. If he's going to stand there, that's even better, because these guys are slowly assisting Lucius to try and finish all off these urbans that Corbuser's got. I think Corbuser's probably got some of his guys in guard mode, but they're not going to do any damage against these guys. I've now managed to finally rout that unit of urbans, so I'm going to push these Spartans forward and then try and encircle or try and surround these last 2 units of urbans. Whilst that's going on, all of my archers are now shooting on this unit, which is finally routed. Again, if we stand and have a look over here, Corbuser is still standing still with these guys. He's still trying to shoot these cav units, which is an okay tactic, but at the end of the day, because we're absolutely winning the infantry battle, hands down, it doesn't matter too much if we do lose some of this cav, because there's no way that this cav will be able to beat this infantry and all these Spartans. So again, these guys are going to now attack this last unit here. I'm going to push these guys forward. As you can see, I'm just going to try and slowly encircle them. OrmanLange's now going to get his SPQR units. He's now going to move his guys over here to try and assist, but he should have really started to assist his ally, I think, a bit earlier on. I think he was pretty much just watching Corbuser, seeing what he was doing. But now he's going to start throwing his peeler into my guys, which is fine. I should have really stood still there, but I turned around, and because I turned around, my guy's been absolutely blitzed by all of these peeler. I've now turned them around, but they're okay at the moment. They're winded, but they're still happy because they've managed to kill the enemy general, or kill a lot of the Scipii forces. So in the meantime, in comes Corbuser with his cav. Again, he's sending in his general. His general is going to charge straight through, and then he's going to pull his guys back. All of his cavs coming over to one side. He's going to chuck in his infantry here. What he should really do is try and support this infantry, because this infantry is now being depleted and this infantry is isolated. You can see there's a big gap here. What's going to happen? I was going to charge in with his cav, but these guys are probably in guard mode. They're probably going to brace for that, and in comes Lucius with a counter charge. I'm going to get my archers, and now I'm going to shoot all of my archers over here with that counter charge plus my archer fire. That's now going to cause all this Scipii to rout. Lucius is now going to punch forward, and it looks like Corbuser is pretty much out of it. His general is now routed. I'm not sure what kind of upgrades he's put on this general, but I think this general unit is going to come back. So it's pretty much now turned into a 2 versus 1 now. It's just myself and Lucius to take on OrmanLange. I've got my Spartans now engaged on Orman's, or the SPQR's cav. I've put the pikes down, and I should be able to really do a lot of damage against all of these Praetorian cav. And you can see now Lucius is now going to come around the flank here. He's going to try and mop up the rest of these cav units, come around and assist. He's coming in through this side, so I've decided to get my urbans and swing them around here. I've managed to go in between these units which were into studio, and now I've got my pikes down. It's just really a case of slowly munching through all of these SPQR units. And now I've got the Cretans with flame attack on here. These guys are going to be shaken. These guys are going to get their morale's going to drop, and I should be able to really munch through these guys with all of these great Spartans, as you can see. Let's take a little photograph of this. Watching all of the arrows coming in here. These poor little urbans here, they're trying to hold their ground. against all of these Spartans, but they're not really going to do too much damage. I'm going to move my Cretans around here just to try and get a better angle on these guys. And anytime now we should see the flame attack coming in with all of these Cretans. Just wait for them to get into position. Come on guys, get into position. There we go, and now we start the fire. So it looks like they're coming in here. As you can see, they're trying to finish off these last few units of the SPQR. I've got my Spartans there to the left, we've got Lucius guys to the right, and in the middle we're shooting them with flame attack through these great little Cretans. So we're doing a really good job at the moment. Again, it was hard luck to Corbusier. Again, he's fairly new to 31k. I really do wish him all the best, and hopefully the Brotherhoods keep him and are able to teach him a few little tricks, because I'm sure he's going to be an active player to their clan. And Corbusier, if you're watching this, please leave a little comment. Let me know what your thoughts of this battle were. Let me know what your thoughts were and if you were enjoying it. And last but not least, we've got OrmanLange. He's trying to hold his ground. These brave Urbans, these brave men holding their ground here against Spartans to the left, Urbans to the right, and Praetorian Cav over there. And here we go. Again, all these Cretans are just going to be shooting the backs of all of these guys. Poor Spartans. I mean, poor Spartans, poor Urbans at the end of the day. Cav has come back, but this Cav is going to do little to nothing at the end of the day. OrmanLange's going to throw in the towel. It was a great game, really interesting to play, and I really appreciate OrmanLange for hanging in there and supporting Corbusier at the end of the day, because he's a brand new guy to this type of battle. And thanks so much for you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this battle. Really do appreciate it. I really would love it if you'd leave a little comment and like and subscribe. And if you do get a few moments, feel free to check out some other Rome Total War videos. This channel is pretty much dedicated to Rome Total War. Let's look at the kills. Again, it was fairly even between myself and Lucius. We got in about 1300 and 1200 kills. Corbusier sadly only got in about 500 kills, and playing underneath the name as Greek Haspa, I believe that's how you pronounce it. This guy's OrmanLange of the COH clan. Let's look at the kills. One of my Spartan hoplites got about 140 kills. Another one got 150 kills. There were probably those 1 or 3 units that slowly advanced through the ranks of all of those brave units of OrmanLange. So anyway guys, I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for more Rome Total War. Bye now.